Hi everyone. Today we're talking about connection. So we spoke about it a little bit right at the very beginning about what this 5-day challenge was all about. But really the powerful morning routine isn't complete without this idea of connection. It's the idea of bringing your intention into your day. It's the idea of the old fable of put the big rocks in the jar first, so that you make sure that the things are the most important to you get done, and then everything else fills in around it. And an essential part of putting a big rock in the jar first is taking time to make sure you know what your big rocks are, and then putting them into your schedule for the day. So sometimes connection can be as simple as sitting down with your calendar for the day, looking through it, and deciding where you might need to put in self-care moments or a phone call to mom, a friend, something, where you might need to add in, where you might need to cancel something. It might be as easy as that. But connection can be connection to self, connection to divine, connection to partner, family, friends. It can be feeling like you belong. It's bringing that intention into your whole day. Some of the ways that yoga talks about that being accessible to us is meditation. So you might be adding a few moments of stillness and quiet to your morning, where there's no other agenda than just you being with you. You being with you. Meditation is meant so that you can sort of use that time to assess how you're doing. When you are in relationship to yourself and your brain keeps blah, 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 distracting you from that stillness and silence, you might at the end of the meditation go, okay, so I'm a little bit distracted today. Noted. That might be all you need to do. Other days when the meditation goes really well, you can use that sense of grounding and connectedness to move into your purpose with a little bit more intention. You'll find that those days there's a little bit more motivation, there's a little bit more clarity, ability to focus on what really needs to get done. The other piece of connection is this idea that we're connecting to universal wisdom. So when we get quiet and we can move past the brain space, the brain is where our ego lives. It's where our rationality lives. It's where our discernment of what's dangerous and not lives. So it's the part of our body that's always doing risk assessment. And sometimes this part of our body is trying to make sure that we're safe, is trying to make sure that we don't take risks, is trying to kind of alert us so that we're aware of all the things that could go wrong. And when we spend this time connecting past that voice, we get to a deeper voice, past any limiting beliefs or old patterns, to where your highest self, or the part of you that is always cheering for your highest self, gets to be a part of the conversation. So the purpose of your connection then is to move through your day, not just with this sort of risk assessment voice being on all day, but also the voice of, you got this, or this is what we're dreaming of, or this is the big goal, or this is the big idea, or this is the life purpose, this is joyful, or take that risk, you can do it. So our goal is to create space so that this deep, wise voice can be more than a whisper that we just sort of try and ignore. It can be present during our day, right beside the one that's going, I don't know, that seems risky, the risk-averse one. It can also be a time of day where you intentionally connect with those that are in your immediate surroundings, partners, kids, parents, friends, where you're just sharing that sense of belonging. This gives us a really beautiful anchor to move into our day. And it'll shift everything when you start putting those big rocks in and you move move from the perspective of those being the most important things. Have fun.